Let's talk about the recap of this trade deadline. And boy, it was a crazy one. Did the Sacramento Kings make any moves? Goose, zero. And that's perfectly okay with me because I'm going to tell you guys why it's perfectly fine. But let's start off with the trades. Obviously the big one, the biggest one of, the year, should I say, or the season was no other than Kevin Durant going to the Phoenix Suns. In exchange for, they had a lot of movable pieces. I mean, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, let me repeat that. 4 first round picks, a pick swap in 2028 for Kevin Durant and TJ Warren. Those 4 first round picks are unprotected. Suns went in and they got rewarded for a generational talent like Kevin Durant. Sent shockwaves before going to bed last night because I thought it was a joke at first. Shout out to my cousin. He's a diehard Suns fan, and he's the first one to reach out to me and tell me about it. And he's like, check your Twitter. It's leaked. It's all over Twitter. So I go there, and I'm like, oh, man, okay, all right, wow. In shock. Kevin Durant, superstar talent. No doubt the Suns are in a win-now mode. And how does that affect the Sacramento Kings? I'll get to that in a little bit. Let's go on to talk about the other noticeable trades, in that's affecting the Sacramento Kings. The Lakers traded Thomas Bryant to the Nuggets for Devin Reed and 3 second-round picks. Lakers get Denver seconds in 2025, 2026, and 2029. The Lakers, a lot of moving parts, a lot of moves for the Lakers that they've done, and I'm not gonna knock on them for trying, but even with the movable parts that they acquired, there's so many new parts, and I just don't see them being in contention for a playoff spot. I mean, they're 5-6 games under 500. They're 13th, 14th in the Western Conference. I just don't see it. Call me a hater if you guys want, but I just don't see it. They picked up some nice basketball pieces, but as far as making the play-in, they might have a chance maybe because it all depends on Anthony Davis' health, and I'm not sold on Anthony Davis' health. He's always been riddled with injuries, and my point is I'm not worried about the Lakers, man. I mean, I'm not worried about in the Pacific Division, the greatest division in basketball. You're probably going to have 4 out of the 5 teams in the Pacific Division, the Kings, the Suns, the Clippers, and the Golden State Warriors, compete and contend for the playoffs. The Lakers, not so much. Not because they're at the bottom. The fact that they play in the hardest division, and all 4 teams that I mentioned are better than the Lakers, and the fact that there's other teams in the Western Conference that are better than the Lakers. So I don't see them making any noises. I see them remaining at the bottom. So there's that. But the Sacramento Kings can still win this division, guys. Hear me out when I say that. I think that they didn't make any moves is because they're happy with where they're at, and they are happy with the parts that they have, and they're happy with the chemistry that they have. My gut feeling told me that, okay, you got to add some depth. You got to pick up Plumlee, who's a Clipper now. You got to pick up Josh Richardson, who actually went to the Pelicans. That's what I actually personally wanted, and it would have been nice to see him in a Kings uniform. Rashad Holmes is still a Sacramento King, and he did not get moved. So something just tells me that Mike Brown is happy with the roster where it's at, and Monty McNair and staff are also happy as well. Despite picking up Kessler Edwards, at the wing position, who knows? The buyout market's there, and the Kings may look into the buyout market and see what they can do when it comes to that. But the Clippers did improve. I mean, when it comes to the Pacific Division, the Clippers did improve. They traded for Bones Highland. They picked up Plumlee. That's adding depth to your secondary unit, and the fact that they did that, that's definitely good for them. They needed some holes to fill, and they did that. Does that make them better than the Sacramento Kings? We'll see. Honestly, we will see. But I want to focus on this division is because despite all the trades that went down this division, yes, the Phoenix Suns are the team to beat when they're healthy. I'm no idiot. I know that. You guys know that. When they're healthy, they are going to be the team to beat that was going to be to come out of the West. Um, how does that trade affect the Sacramento Kings? Kevin Durant's not going to make his debut in a couple. He still has a couple weeks to make his debut, so I'm thinking maybe after All-Star break or sometime in March he will probably make his debut as his Phoenix Suns. The Sacramento Kings are about 2.5 games over on the Suns right now. Control your own destiny. You can still have a chance to win the division. A big stretch of home games coming up. You play Phoenix 3 times before the season's over. You already played them once back in November, and you played them again. So, call me crazy, but the Sacramento Kings can win this specific division. And you guys are thinking, like, what does this winning the division do any good? Like, why are you pushing for a Pacific Division title? Because we haven't won a Pacific Division title in 19, 20 years. And I tweeted this out. I fully support Monty McNair and Mike Brown's vision and the build. I have no worries or I'm disappointed. We have a fun and exciting team that is on the verge of ending this damn playoff drought. I trust Monty McNair and staff and Mike Brown. The time to lock in. It's time to lock in and push through. Believe in the Beam team. It's crazy, man. All these trades that went down today and last night, all of that just to beat and compete with the Beam team. I'm just saying. All of that just to beat De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, or try to beat De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, because when you're at the top of the division, everybody's gonna be coming for your neck. And long as De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis stay healthy, long as this team stays healthy, long as Davion Mitchell stays healthy, long as Trey Lyles, everybody on the roster, long as Keegan Murray stays healthy, Kevin Huerter, the Sacramento Kings are a legit basketball team, and that's all that matters. They are a playoff caliber team. Nothing is gonna stop that from happening. They are gonna make the playoffs this year, and if they don't, it's going to take a miracle to stop that, and that is if one of the stars get hurt. And, as badly as I wanted them to make a move, because the Western Conference is wide open, you get your third piece, you get another star to go with Fox, Sabonis, this and that, so on and so on. Yes, it would have been nice. It would have been great to see that, to have that right now. But the fact that this is technically a building year, and we haven't got our feet wet in the playoffs, that big move will come at a later time. It may be this summer. It may be next summer. That move will come at a later time. I can guarantee you that. The fact that we have exceeded expectations, beyond expectations thus far this season. We're 8 games over 500. We're third in the Western Conference. We're on top of the Pacific Division. Even despite all that, staying healthy, you have a chance to beat Pacific Division champions, something that you haven't done in 19, 20 years. And you can get one of the top 4 seeds in the Western Conference to get home court advantage in the first round of the NBA playoffs. That is beyond exceeding expectations. That is such a successful season for the Sacramento Kings. And you get into the playoffs, you get your feet wet in the playoffs, and then you have the summer to reassess and retool the roster and make your big move. Then that's perfectly fine. My point is, guys, we didn't need to make a swing for the fences move this trade deadline. We did that. For all the haters out there saying that, we're not capable of. We did the swing for the fences move last year when we acquired Domantas Sabonis. So ignore the noise, ignore the hate in that aspect. I'm excited. This should light a fire under, the players that think that they were going to get traded. It should light a fire under them, because Mike Brown and Mike McNair are big believers under those players. And they should, when given the opportunity, they should be able to come out and play really well for the second half of the season on the court. And stay locked in, push through. From what I've heard, the chemistry is great. Why would you want to ruin the chemistry right now when it's at an all-time level, at an all-time great? And this dates back to what we had in 2018 when we traded Iman Shumpert for Harrison Barnes. No knock on Harrison Barnes, but when we traded a glue guy, a chemistry together keeper guy, Iman, You guys saw the tone fell off, the vibe was off, and the chemistry fell off, and that resulted into not a playoff season. I think looking back at that, we've learned from that mistake, and I think that this today, not making moves, not screwing up with the chemistry, really, really shows me that this front office and this staff cares, and they truly care about the chemistry, and they truly believe that they are okay with this roster moving forward. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I just really wanted to give my input, my opinion about the Kings not making any trade deadlines, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Obviously, you guys don't have to agree with me. I'm sure I've seen a lot of stuff on my Twitter timeline today. You know, fans going for Monty McNair's head and criticizing him for not making any moves. Listen, man, this man has built this team from the ground up. Yes, he traded for star, two-time, three-time NBA All-Star and Domantas Sabonis, but every other piece he's built it from the ground. He's built it through the draft. You know, with Davion Mitchell, with Keegan Murray. You know, he's signed free agents like Kevin Huerter, traded for Kevin Huerter. He signed Malik Monk. This guy knows what he's doing when it comes to building an NBA team. And the fact that he got flamed for not making a move today, I think that slander is not deserved. I mean, it's not deserved, and I think that you just got to trust his plan and vision. And we'll see what he does in the buyout market. If a player comes out in the buyout market that's available, the Kings can look very well into the buyout market. We'll see. But I'm excited. You know, it's going to be a crazy finish the way the Western Conference is. My hope is that I hope that we continue to play really well and stay healthy. Health is very important because things can get a little unrattled. We saw that with De'Aaron Fox missing 2 games due to personal reasons of his baby being born, and how we didn't look good those 2 games that he missed. So it's going to be a tight finish. I'm glad baby Fox is here, and I'm glad De'Aaron Fox is back with the team, and I'm glad Domantas Sabonis is playing through with a broken thumb. Shout out to that guy. He's such a beast and a monster, man, for even playing with the broken thumb. These guys care. They want to break this drought. They want to break it, and they should be awarded for breaking it in a couple of months. So, with that being said, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this NBA trade deadline. I want to hear your guys' thoughts about the Kings not making moves. Are you guys with it? Are you guys against it? We shall see. And one thing's clear. The defense has to be better. Make no mistake about that. I'm not even knocking on that. I'm not even questioning that. The Sacramento Kings defense has to be a lot better. There's no mistake. There's no argument in that area. They have to be better. Mike Brown's got to hold them accountable, and Davion Mitchell cannot be the only one playing defense. It takes a collective group to play good defense 1 through 5, and the Kings will continue to have chances to be better defensively moving forward. Offense, I'm not worried about the offense. We got the best offense in the league. That's why we are where we're at, is because of our offense. We got a explosive, powerhouse, high-octane offense, and it's led by our 2 stars and Fox Sabonis and the coaching of Mike Brown. So, with that being said, looking forward to tomorrow night's game, man. It's going to be a buzz because you got Luka and Kyrie making their debut. I'm looking forward to seeing how they work together. And the Kings cannot have any letdowns. This is the home game against a very good Dallas Mavericks team. Come out. Show the world why you guys belong in the conversation. Show them why you're a top 4, top 3 team. Show them why you are on top of the Pacific. Show them that you're for real. This game should be a winnable game. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Sacramento Kings come out tomorrow, play with fire, and play to win the basketball game. So, with that being said, that's going to do it for me for tonight's video. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys take care. God bless. Keep pushing forward. Have yourself a great night. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.